Hello, good morning. Okay, so getting ourselves back into this. We gotta do a little bit more design today. We got a capital ship we gotta make, and if we have time, we might play, if we have some time today, we'll probably play some type of a new game. I'll at least show the trailer first before we jump in. Because it's a game that's a bit different. A bit different. Slightly different. Still a survival game though. But it's a pretty hardcore survival game. I've been playing it off stream a little bit. Haven't gotten very far, but I think I've gotten to the point where I can not die every single time. Hands are a bit stiff. All right. There we go. Okay, so we're working on this capital ship, which is supposed to be kind of like an upgrade version of, you know, a larger version of the transport ship, but a little bit different. This is what we gotten so far. Now that I was expecting the tank to appear a little bit bigger compared to the rest of the ship, but it doesn't seem that way. So we're gonna do something to kind of ease the transition point here. Something like this. I also kind of did a little bit of experimenting off stream a little bit, but not much. Add these little fins on the back to kind of make it look like it's filling a little bit more space. I just want to seeing if I can make like a little covering spot where the like this. Put it there. This maybe. Kind of want something to kind of that would keep it from exiting. Out later. Let's get the back of the ship at least. Trusses, blocks. A bunch of things that need to be put in here. I removed a couple of vehicles to kind of remove the number of ships that are currently within render range. way back to here. Gonna be probably gonna put like a lower hanger on the bottom of this thing that will act as like a loading and unloading area for the smaller hovercraft, the deployable turrets. That over here. Hoping that at the end of all this, I like what I see. Kind of the risk that you get instead of designing something different. Doo-doo-doo. I love that. This here. That. I have to try and repeat that there. Wish there was like a copy mirror. A copy mirror? A copy rotate. Can't symmetry and copy selection. Save to list. Fill selection, cut, copy. There's no mirror part. figure a way to mirror this entire thing. If at all possible. Okay. Copy selection. Figure out a way to can't do both. Okay. Mode. Paste. I'll just do this. And I'll just mirror out the parts that are different. It's probably just the one. There we go. And just now selection mode. Ground symmetry mode. We'll just add the parts back in. Yeah. So these act as landing gear. Three. One. Go. On both sides. Sun setting. Wish it would like it would be, you know, time not progressing by default. Shut off time every time. Oh. Here. This. That should be enough. Go all the way back here. About. have enough room to be able to stack these things in. Gotta figure out some type of a top to this thing. Oh. Let's see. We'll go here. Gotta put something right here. Looks more like a giant drop ship at this point. Ugh. That's what it looks like. But yeah, we'll make this thing, we'll test it, we'll see if it is even worth expanding upon. I know what I could do right here. Grab it. Not that. Grab another one. We'll be faster that way. An artillery piece on the nose. Do. That. Something like that. I need something similar down here. Some degree of texture to this thing. There. I'll do something like this. it right there. Sake of making it look like it's held together a little bit. Like there's a superstructure underneath there or something like that. There we go. I'm still kind of torn. It's like, I want to have the, I can have the bridge like at the center or somewhere forward, you know, somewhere near the front. I still need to put the landing bays, well, the landing pads for the SVs too. That. We can help this. But yeah, this artillery, normally you'd want to put it on the top, but I want this artillery cannon to this artillery to act as kind of like a possible defense against certain nope on the ground. If we find ourselves, you know, being hit from beneath, that cannon should help us deal with those kind of threats. Let's see here. Let's see here. More hardened steel blocks. Okay. All four thrusters. And need heavy windows. Shoot away. Grab a couple ramps. That. This is where the on and off thing for all those small turrets are going to be. Need to make the back door a little bit different then. We'll do that. Oh. Your hatch down there. This isn't going to be the back of the ship. Probably going to have these go back even further. Because it's supposed to be an endgame ship. It's supposed to be an endgame ship. So what we want to do is we want to pretty much remove all the restrictions when it comes to what we build, what materials we build with. And it's definitely going to be bigger than the previous transport ship, that's for sure. Back a little bit more. That's the hope. Trying to make this thing look like it does more than just sit on the ground. Okay, so I could probably, this is probably where I get all of the landing areas are going to be back here. We'll be right back here. Playing with ideas inside my head here. Figure out best way to cap the end of this thing. Thinking something like this. Probably like a single engine on the back, surrounded by a couple of smaller ones, maybe, or two large engines. This thing is going to be heavy. Yeah, that's one thing. What I'm thinking. So it's going to be a total of 6 engines, 4 of them pointed straight down so they can lift off. Why not? Okay. I want the engines to be shown. I also want to kind of mimic the style of the smaller ships. Make it feel like it actually belongs together. like this. Here. Do this. Yeah. Go like this, maybe. There we go. I like that. Is the center of gravity based on the core placement? No. No, when it comes to center of gravity in this game, it's not implemented right now. So even if I turn this on and off, there's no symbol saying this is where the center of gravity is and stuff like that. But what there is in the game is if all your landing gear aren't on the ground, it's just going to kind of like split the difference. Also, you know, even if you have one piece of landing gear hitting a surface, it will just lock whatever your orientation is in place and just holds you there until you start moving the ship, and then it unlocks it. Will they implement a center of gravity? Eventually, yes. Definitely they will. I just don't know when. You don't exactly say anything. Whenever they do something like that. I don't want this thing to be slightly defended. There we go. There we go. This thing's gonna have a ton of guns on it. Nothing that we could get into combat with, but enough to defend itself. Okay, there's the engine locations. Yeah, what I need to do is I need to figure out how to blend this in a little bit. Just slightly. Make it look like it actually belongs on the same ship. There. Let's do something. Oh. This. Also, once I'm done with the ship, I'm thinking about trying out another survival game, just temporarily, just for today, and see if it's worth playing on like a Saturday. And that's only if we have enough time to. Because once I finish with the ship, we're pretty much going to be ready to go for getting back into our hardcore playthrough. And then we have to try and gather materials to build that and this. Which is going to be a tough thing to do. No, we'll leave it like that. What? Like, do we? Nope, we do not. This. That. Okay. I need something to kind of... Oh, come on, game. Game's kind of lagging on me. Being weird right now. Come on, game. Hold up here. Try to calm down. Game, please. Relax. Everything's gonna be okay. Holy crap. That worked out just fine. Okay. Yeah, game's lagging pretty bad right now. I can tell because as soon as I press a button, it continues to go even when I let off the key. So I'll look like I'm drifting around. It's because, you know, the directional keys are like taking forever to let up. Okay. Up here is going to probably be a landing deck. Yeah, up here will be a landing area for SVs. I just need to put like a location for like a bridge somewhere over here. And once we get that figured out, then we'll put all the inner workings of the capital ship on board. Ugh. Which I'm guessing it is going to be somewhere centralized for a bridge. Probably where we're going to put it. Somewhere in here. Right here. Where the door is going to be. How do I want to go about this? I want to use a ramp that will open, and then there's the door. That's what I'm thinking. Here, temporarily. There we go. This thing here. That's where the door will be. Up. There'll be some armored windows with a door. Right. There we go. That opens up there. So it'll be protected like that. Now we'll open up into the bridge area. This far here. There's the deck for our SVs. Do this to kind of fit front a little bit. Thump, 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 thump. Here. There. Oh. Bridge area. Put this back. Put one cockpit right there. Bum, 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 bum. That's here. Put one of these right here. Just because. Do this actually. Something like that. Looks good. Away. This acts like a kind of like an airlock a little bit. We'll put a regular door there. One of these right here. Okay. Here. Build it down a little bit. Okay. There's the bridge. That closes. That closes. That closes. So it's somewhere pretty much centralized in the middle here. It's an odd ship. Definitely an odd looking ship, but it works. It's definitely different than what I've seen on the workshop. Definitely not gonna see something like that. Definitely not gonna see anything like this on the workshop. Rounded current corner long. Okay. Let's see here. Trying to figure out what to do with that. Feel like I want to put something up here. Let's change that a little bit. Do something like this. Doo-doo-doo-doo. There we go. Something like this, that, do this, and that. Here, maybe, that maybe. I don't want the top of this thing to kind of look like it's a conning tower of some sort. See here. Antennas. That. A little bit. Start adding some of this up here. Which we don't need symmetry mode right now because I don't want them to look exactly the same. That looks cool. Oh, not completely lined up. Or not. Yeah. Yeah. Do this real quick. There. Okay, so then somewhere around here. Put some sort of an elevator so we can get up and down this thing. goes down into the hover turret storage area. Nope. Damn it. Do something like that. This maybe. Something like that, maybe? No. There has to be enough room to be able to fit a ton of vehicles in here. I think I'm probably going to do this instead. Yes. Switch this over to somewhere different. Maybe right here. It's not in the middle of the room. Oh, come on. There we go. End up coming up a little bit. Fine. Okay, so there will be a transfer point right here. That will be on the lower hangar. Yep. Something like this. Gotta separate out rooms right here. Oh, come on. There we go. Something like this. And close it. Something like this. There we go. Like up and down. There's the entrance right here. Lock that up. Engine room's gonna be back there. Need to put a farm plot somewhere. This thing has to be kind of like a forward out, almost like a forward outpost kind of a deal. It's not going to be a full-on RV, but it's going to be enough to allow us to grow things on it and keep ourselves fed while we're far away from home. So we have, you know, long-term, well, longer-term expeditions out to faraway planets and have enough storage to bring what we find back with us. Okay, move these. Oh yeah, I better put that back then. I cannot. This question mark. These. Put another one back here on the rear of the ship. Okay, so I'll have a rocket in the front, a rocket in the back. And we'll have miniguns on the sides. This will help defend the landing zone. So that will defend the front of the ship, that will defend the back of the ship. Divide this up a little bit. Thinking probably around here. We'll put. Oops. We could probably put in storage zone right up here. Here. Okay. Storage. Here. There we go. There. Yeah. Ozone. All 15. There we go. So when we get off of our little, when we go park this thing, we could, when we go park this thing, we could immediately go back here, go to the storage area and drop them all off. Or when we land our SV, go through the hangar, come down here. Okay, so fuel tanks, thinking probably all 6 might be needed. due to the fact that we've got the large engines back here. And let's see here. How much power is this going to use? Let's see here. Wish it would tell me how much power it would consume upon startup if everything was working. It doesn't tell me. Place. That's thrusters. Okay, regular energy in 8 megawatts. So damn. Okay, here's themselves. 8 megawatts per. Oh. 8 megawatts. That's 50 megawatts. Okay. Oh. 500 megawatts. Probably 2 of these and that should be fine. That's a gigawatt. And 2 of these things should pretty much take care of our power situation. I want to do something to make it do something like this. One on one side, one on the other. There should be enough power to run this entire thing. Because of these large thrusters. In order to run this thing, in order for it to have a trip, we're gonna have to have enough fuel saved up to allow us to not run out of fuel along our trip. Probably do twice. I want to make sure I have enough fuel for it. Last thing we want to do is be out and about and find out that we just consumed all of our fuel. It's gonna be hot as hell back here too. Fair. Add a buffer zone here. Probably a door right here. Put an armored door. There we go. That way all the radiation and heat will be separated from the rest of the ship. Okay. That's energy taken care of. I'm probably gonna put a... Hey Dave, how's your hardcore run? Notice you've been in creative for a few days. Yeah, we got to the point where we are at late game. I mean, we just built, in our hardcore mode, we just built the light transport, this vehicle. We just built it, and it's currently set up right outside of our base, ready to go. What I spent the last 2 days trying to design is finishing the underground base that we need to spawn in. So I've been working on all this. So I've got the hangar, which is now finished. All this is going to be underground except for that part, the entrance. And then we have doors that will that will tunnel out. So we got these doors, and then from here we'll have bare tunnels, rock tunnels, so we can spawn these in. These are going to be separate bases, all underground, that are going to act like rooms that we can, you know, adapt to whatever space we have available to us. So we got a medical bay, we got storage, we got an armory, we got living quarters, and we've got a underground farm. I tried to do hardcore run, same settings you did, and it was total failure for me. Loved it, yeah. It's a extra difficulty to make you have to plan ahead and think. But I'm right now just kind of designing additional goals to get me to being able to assault that alien fortress, which means having to design a couple of ships to get me there, a couple of a base to basically say, a large base to hang out in, make us feel like we got to end game, and then also a ship that will allow us to go to all the distant planets and be able to stay there long enough. Okay, I need a warp core. Just noticed. I need a warp core somewhere out here. And an oxygen station. Let's see here. Need a warp core. Warp drive. Let's do something like this right here. Where am I going to put you? How big are you? Okay, 3x2x5. So we need 2 blocks high, 3 blocks in width. Okay. Okay. Currently, right now, our power source is kind of... Our power cores need to be moved around, I feel. Oh. This is like just barely enough space, huh? Oh. So we're gonna have to move this back a little bit then. So let's move the wall back 1 so that we can actually get in there if we need to. Yeah. Also, should we get this ship done today and we have enough time, I do want to try a new game out. This particular game is extremely hardcore. If you like survival games, this thing is just... This game's nuts. I started playing it. I saw it was like released. It was a game that I've been following for a while, and the game was released, and I went to go and try it, and my god, that thing, it's like hardcore. In fact, I'll probably show a trailer here soon. Because this thing... Hardcore game. It's very impressive. This. Put some doors on this thing. For the elevators. Do something like that really quick. No. No, not here. There's no point. Maybe there is a point, actually. Probably. No. No. No, we're fine. Down here, though. Possibly. Do something like this. Some windows. like this. We could go right here. There we go. That way we can get down here, and if the door is open, nothing, you know, this won't get destroyed. Yeah. Okay, so we got the warp core in here now. Okay. See here. The tier 2 power sources are 2 by 2 by 2. Are those doors armored? I could probably put armored doors down there. Okay. Yeah, let's put armored doors down there. That way, when we're out and about, we don't lose our ability to get back up if we need to. Yeah. Why do these things have to be so big? I'll figure out where to put the power sources. May have to hide them rather than... Glass is armored, so yeah, that makes sense. It does. Yeah, one right there. One right there. There we go. Yeah. Armored doors. Let's see here. Where am I going to put here? Where am I going to put it? Probably on the side. Probably going to put it into here, maybe. Do something like this, maybe. How big are they? 2 by 2 by 6. I need a 2 by 2 by 6 area. That's... I'll have to put the fuel sources somewhere different then. 6. There we go. This is going to be a cramped area. I'm gonna have to put the fuel sources somewhere completely different, or at least the majority of them. Thank you. I think malls, yeah. I want them facing the same way. That is gonna be a hot and very irradiated room right here. It's gonna be hot and irradiated. Woo! That. Do this. There we go. But we have enough space in case we, for some reason, need to get in here. That is just cramped. Absolutely cramped. We just have to be very careful about the rear end of our ship. Gotta be very careful. Because a lot of stuff is sitting here. But it makes a lot of sense for this to be the weak end of the ship. The last thing you want to do is have the rear end of your ship being shot at. But the cool thing is that the sides of the ship are heavily armored. It's a very heavily armored side of the ship, and we don't have to worry about it being shot at from the side. We just have to worry about the complete rear end of the ship. But in PvP, well, in PvP, we wouldn't be making this ship. But in single player, it doesn't matter. You just have to be careful about where we re-enter and where we're going. The ship is not designed to take on points of interest anyway. Okay. So there we go. 27,000 units of fuel. Turn her on. What's our what is the radiation is 15 rads and it's 150 degrees back here. That's hot. That's extremely hot. Now let's turn the power off, just so we can drop to the ground and see how it sits. Oh, now it shows the center of mass? Oh, okay. Showing our center of mass now. Ain't that nice? Now that we've actually turned it on, that's the center of mass of the... So our center of mass is right here. I'm near in the center, really. Looks cool when it's on the ground, though. I wanted these thrusters to act like landing gear. That's center of mass. What does the blue ball mean? Go center of mass. I guess that one's center of mass, maybe? There's no indication to know what the difference in between the two is. Okay. And now it's on. Okay. Now it's on forever. Apparently. Oh, now it disappeared. Weird. Yeah, that's a bug. I don't think that's intentional. Okay, so power sources are on. Just check to see. 700 kilowatts. I'm gonna have to add all the thrusters onto this thing. Just see how it sits when it's just sitting here without the thrusters on. Center vehicle, dimensional center. Okay. There's a lot of empty space in here. I might put some oxygen containers in there. Okay. I'm just gonna make sure that this thing just sitting on the surface won't completely consume all of its fuel. How's it doing? Manage. Okay, so it's consuming fuel very slowly. That's good. COG is pretty damn close. Yeah. Center of gravity is pretty close to the center, which is nice. I'm not quite sure if it really matters other than landing. Other than landing, I don't think it really matters where the center of gravity is, because normally in space, the center where your center of gravity is important, because when you have RCS, the further away your RCS is from the center of gravity, the easier it is for it to rotate. But in the case of this game, it doesn't matter. Damn near optimal. Yeah, pretty damn close. I know a little bit of space stuff. Actually, let's just do tier 2 RCS stuff. Okay, so I need to put probably the RCS I'll put into these empty areas right here. One here. Let's put 4. See how 4 works. I think the future part, the wonkier the control. Yeah. Okay. Gear statistics. Rotation 7 degrees, 18 degrees. Yeah, that looks pretty good. 4 will be fine. Holy crap, we're gonna need a lot of estrium and zirconium. That's fine. It's an end game vehicle anyway. We'll have the light transport to get those materials. This is an end game vehicle anyway. Oh god, I'm roasting here. Oh. Now we gotta get some light thrusters on board. Thinking probably 4 per direction. You know, right, left, front, and back. Almost like I planned for this. Right here. There. Do you plan on forward-facing engines? Yeah. For space, mostly for space flight. So that, you know, we can stop in space. There we go. 4 there. 4 here. Oh, it's 300 degrees right here. Fucking hell. That's undecent. 400 degrees. Ouch. No, 300 degrees. Also, ouch. Those engines give off a lot of heat, don't they? Right there. Yeah, we got left and right. We've definitely got up. We got 4 large engines for up. We're gonna need down. That's right. And then we need reverse. Here. Probably right here. No. Ah, right here. Maybe. Yeah, let's do this. Right here. Oh shoot. Not that. Keeping that vulnerable backside away from the enemy is essential. Yes. Indeed. Indeed it is. Very important that we don't let them hit that. A lot of vulnerable areas back there. We've got an artillery gun on the front of it. So at least when this thing is facing towards anything, that artillery cannon will take it out. Let's see here. Oh my god. I may have to just say screw it and just remove it. Yeah. And we'll put something on the front of it. The vent thing. Vents. Vents. Gutters. There we go. There. Okay, so 4 light ones for braking. Just slight braking. Okay, left, right. And then you need down. Okay. I'm thinking up here. On the top of these things. Makes the most amount of sense. Yeah. We'll do that. Here. Grab the 6 of them. You away. You away. Yeah, we'll put it right here. Leave myself enough area, because when this thing is landed, I don't want those thrusters on the top to get hit. I don't care about the braking ones. If those ones get hit, I just use my RCS to turn around and use the rear thrusters to maneuver. Besides, the plan is that if we start getting shot at from the front, where the braking thrusters are getting hit, we'll just haul ass over the top of it and just leave. Or turn and run away. Yeah, where am I? Oh, not like that. Like that. I think these braking ones are the only thrusters that are okay to lose. The rest of them we can't. Okay. Bet I can't hold it. Hold down this button. I have to keep just clicking it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh yeah, this thing takes off. Okay, check out the power consumption on this thing. Our consumption is 70 megawatts. How fast are we going through fuel? Just hovering here. Not bad. Does mean 22 minutes just to hover. That goes down to 14 minutes. Holy crap, this thing turns. That's good. So landing cranks us up to 539 minutes. That's good. This thing rotates pretty damn fast. Landing. And it's not expensive to just have it just sit here. That's good. So when we land this thing, unless the guns are firing, it's pretty much gonna use literally no fuel. I'm good with. I'm okay with it. Okay, so We got engines running, we got storage, we got a hangar down here, which we've got to make. We gotta make the hovercraft for the inside of this thing, but we can do that later. Hey, Alcatone, how's it going? Feel like I need to add some decorative parts to this thing. Make it look more like a hangar. Well, make it feel more like a hangar. Blocks. I'm doing good. Currently right now we're just trying to finish up the we're trying to finish up our endgame capital ship. One. Mirroring that out a little bit. Put these here for now till we know the size of the hovercrafts we're going to be putting in here. It is small for endgame. Yeah, well, it's much bigger than that one. And for what we plan on doing in endgame, it's more than sufficient. You know, the key is trying to make something that's both end game worthy and fuel, you know, slightly fuel efficient. Which, you know, easier said than done in this game. I mean, you can easily make yourself, you can easily, you know, build yourself into a corner where it's too expensive to even fly. That's when you run into the Yamato issue. Whatever that, however you pronounce that. The giant Japanese battleship. Yamato, that's right. Yamato. The Yamato issue, where the Yamato was the largest battleship ever created, and it was so expensive to make and so expensive to fuel that it just stayed in port the entire time. Just stayed in port and was never used until the very end of the war, and it got the nickname the Hotel Yamato because it just stayed in port all war, and pretty much people who served on the ship just basically just did nothing the entire war. They just kind of twirled their thumbs like, oh, can't go anywhere. And that's really the trick. It's like kind of making something that's expensive enough that it can do a lot of things, but also inexpensive enough to where if we lose it, we're not completely bankrupt. And also, when we use it, we don't burn through our fuel like crazy. Which, even as it is right now, it's still using a lot of fuel. And it's mostly due to these engines right here. When it's in hover mode, 27,000 units of fuel will only last us for like 22 minutes. That's pretty nuts. 4 engines firing in hover mode, this thing will just only give us 22 minutes of hover with 27,000 units of fuel. which is crazy. That's just nuts. And that's just to hover this thing. We could, if I could figure out how to, we could do it with less engines, but this thing would take forever to take off. I mean, the only thing that would be close enough to the large engines, these things, is the medium thrusters. So quite literally, we'd use an eighth of the fuel, but it's a difference of 20 meganewtons of force versus 200 meganewtons of force. A major difference. Okay, let's see here. Steel growing plots. We need 9 of these. Why not put steel inside? Doesn't. Why not put steel inside that doesn't get attacked? Steel inside what? The engines? Steel inside where? Okay, thinking probably somewhere around here. Yeah, we got a small farm plot area here, 2 blocks tall, so we're gonna have to possibly do something like this here. Do something like this. Kind of want to make this thing look nice too. Or plastic save weight and fuel on the inside that won't get attacked. Oh, you're talking about the inside blocks. Okay, rather than the outside. Could. Yeah, we could. Have to replace everything. Does decreasing the weight of the vehicle actually save on fuel, or does that matter? You know, because it just seems like the engines only have 2 modes, on and off. Yes? Okay. So there's kind of like a, so the less it weighs, the less this uses fuel. So in other words, there's like a ramping up effect or something, that it just uses whatever the bare minimum is required to lift it off. Okay. That's this. Less mass equals less fuel. Okay. Oh, we got that. Yeah, I'm gonna at the very least get this. I'm gonna get this ship at least created before we start switching out things, because probably not. Not do that. Oh, that will be fine. Okay, so let's see here. I just have to figure out where the outside of the ship begins here. Yeah, that's not it. There. Because I don't want to remove anything that is like a important block. Steel block. Actually keep those blocks on us just in case. Okay, so let's math this. Let's check this out. I'm gonna do this first. Okay. Let's just get into a hover mode here. Plastic is lighter. Plastic is also weaker. Granted, plastic would work, but also I want to be able to texture the blocks too. And plastic blocks can't be textured. They just can't. They don't accept textures right now. Hey, Osmer, how's it going? Okay, let's it's currently at 7. It's using 7% just hovering. Goes up to 10% of the generators here, but it won't get hit. Yeah, I guess. I made a video for the abandoned mine. Nice. I've just, for the first of its kind, I kind of am a little, I'm still a little bit worried that things will get hit. So, I mean, we could plastic it up on certain parts. Let's just see. Plastic. Capital ship plastic here. Plastic blocks. And we're going to do this. Okay, so I can texture the plastic blocks. Well, they accept color once they will. Yeah. Very basic video. No editing. Oh, okay. Okay, let's see here. I just have to make sure that I leave enough layers of steel for all the important bits, like the engine bay. The engine bay, it's going to be hardened steel no matter what. I am not going to add any... I am not going to remove layers of protection on the engine bay. Just not happening. I still haven't figured out how to turn off the auto mod. Auto mod will not turn off, so I'd say I could try and I can try to do something. I don't know. I'll start removing blocks. But yeah, you can send me the link, and you can send me the link and I can post it in chat. It allows me to, but I'm just kind of weak. Yeah. Let's figure out how to do this without. Don't want to make this thing weaker. I'm still worried about structural integrity of the ship. Because at certain points in this ship, there is like only like one block separating the outside and the inside of the ship. So. How do I send a message? There's a. I think you're able to right click. Let me see here. Boom, boom, boom. There's a way to click someone's name and you say whisper. Left click. Yeah. Left click my name in chat and whisper. Yeah, that's if you're on the PC. There we go. Open tab. Taking a while for it to load because I've got a game that takes up way too much space. Okay. So copy. And I can paste it in here. This is one way to get around it. There you go. That's one way to get around this. Oh yeah, I've seen that one before. Oh, you're on a multiplayer server too. Huh. Ah, yeah. I think the one that was assaulting that we have in our hardcore playthrough is slightly different than this one. But yeah, I've taken on this one before. We did this in a certain playthrough. You have to look at that later. I have to check that out later just to see if I'm doing anything wrong, which I'm quite certainly am. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I'm on a player. It gets reset every day. It's awesome. I get like 10, 15 auto cars every time. The point of interest get reset. Wow. Yeah, that would, man, every day, huh? At times it would kind of probably feels like, well, this is not too bad. Okay. This, that, and the other thing. Sure that we haven't removed any important blocks here. Yeah, it's 2 blocks thick right here. Like it depends on if it's a very popular server. If it's a very popular server, then yeah, you probably want to have the play areas be reset every once in a while, just so that you don't run into performance issues. This. Ah! Okay, not that. That's going to remain that block. Yeah. It's not a popular server? How are you removing blocks like that? If you have an object in hand, you can shift right click and it removes the block. It also allows you to remove a block in symmetry, and it'll do it on both sides of the symmetry. Yeah, not that. We're gonna be just block. Okay, so we can't take that out. We need to constantly have one block's worth of separation from the outside to make sure that we don't have a weak point ship. Ah, not that. Well, at least we'll know that we have a breach. Should we at least we'll know for a fact if we have a breach or not. Because we'll see plastic on the outside of the ship. Yeah, we're good. There. Plastic there. And there's the outside. Got this. Out here. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's like here. Guessing the floors are gonna be probably plastic at certain points. Right here. Sure that here, maybe. Just in case this is destroyed, I don't want any of this to get hit. I want this to be entirely I guess some decorative areas will be plastic. Okay. Okay, that's the outside. Yeah, make sure that no, the ship is currently on the outside. Got one block. Got the farm plots. Yeah. Took out a little bit of plastic. Well, we took out a little bit right here. Oh, not that. Aim, please. There. Okay. I think we've added, removed a little bit of excess weight. Just a little bit. Just needed to be careful not to go too overboard, because if something explodes inside of here, let's say the engines get hit and they explode, it'll send off a chain reaction through the engine bay and completely take out this wall. So we need to be careful. That's anyway. That wouldn't be good. Yeah, that wouldn't be good at all. No. So we're going to do this so that it turns them all into looking like steel blocks, like we didn't do anything. That's why having this right here kind of act as like a buffer zone in between the engines and the rest of the equipment inside should be, we'll just keep it that way. How do you do it all at once? There's a, on the texture tool and the color tool, there's a little box right here called replace mode. If you do this, you click anywhere on the ship and it just does that. Colors everything that one color, or textures everything that one texture. Very, very useful. Makes things very fast. And we got plastic blocks and we can't tell the difference. That's good. Okay. You just have to remember to turn it back off again. You just have to remember to unselect it when you're done. Where do you learn all this? Guys in chat. Alcatone and all of them pretty much tell me the things that the game doesn't tell you straight off the bat. It's the tutorials in this game are kind of lackluster, mostly due to the fact that the game is still in development. So once they've added everything into the game, then they'll probably have a proper tutorial. But Minecraft didn't exactly have a proper tutorial, and it still doesn't have a proper tutorial. So that may not change. Yes, we'll do something like that right here. But hey, do you know control lets you place a square of blocks? Yeah. I do. I mostly don't use it because for control purposes, I like having full control over, I rarely find myself making a giant slab like that. because I'm kind of just doing it little bit by little bit. I'm more of like carving out, or in this case, sculpting out the shape of the ship. So making a giant square like that. I'll use it from time to time, but not all the time. Minecraft has a tutorial? Really? When did that happen? It's been a while since I played that game, so that's news to me. It's a new thing? Ah, okay. All right. Explains a lot. The only way I even knew at all how to play that game is because I went online and found YouTube tutorials. Let's do something like that. About a year old, I think. Maybe 2. Yeah. Shows how long it's been since I played that game. Community experience. Everyone finds out their own tips and tricks and shares. Yeah. I'm hoping, you know, the community in this game is kind of going down the same path, where it's mostly due to people who play the game, who share what they've learned, which is always good. That's always a good sign for any game, when you have a community that's willing to teach new people new tricks. By the way, there's a full block. Yeah, there's a. You go into here, right here. Apply the whole block. So any block you hit with a color, or same with texture, it will replace all 6 sides of the block. Off. Here, do I want to put it on the front? Maybe, or maybe I want to do this. More like that. What's the black ship in the background? That is the Normandy. Something I found off of the workshop and I kind of put here, mostly because I'm a Mass Effect fan. It's the SR2. Don't listen to that. That's a lie. This is the SR2. It's the SR2. It's the cruiser variant of the frigate from Mass Effect 1. This thing is from Mass Effect 2 and 3. Probably my favorite spaceship. My second favorite is the Voyager. And my third favorite ship is the Firefly. So, yeah, I like that ship. It's my ship. I like it. Ship. That ship is awesome. But I have a bunch of reference material over here. Stuff that I see on the workshop that has done something that I find interesting, like a SV that is more of like a transport vehicle. Also, I fly them around, see how they handle, check out their fuel consumption when they're in use, just to kind of see what everybody else is doing. See if I can improve my own designs. But this ship is kind of like a VTOL. I mean, if they would allow us to have rotating sections of the ship, this would be awesome, because then these could take off and then rotate and off it goes. That's why it looks the way it does, to make it look like it. Those little pods, those nacelles rotate and then takes off. It doesn't. I wish it did, but probably something like this. I'm gonna leave that gap. Kind of lights up where it kind of adds where the command bridge is. Actually make it double wide. You put the radar stuff on even though it has no use? Yeah, I put them on there mostly because decorative. I like my ships at looking like they're, you know, they would function in real life. You know. Here. No, we're not. Different. I'm gonna probably do the gray line, the other half of the Cerberus colors. Missing 2 yellow on the first side top. Where? Side top. 2 yellow. Just covered them? Oh, okay. Here. Here. I'm thinking, let's see here. Probably down the center a little bit, maybe. Something like that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, there's a landing deck right here, so we gotta put some textures up here. This a mid-game ship? This is more of like an end-game ship. It's not necessarily huge, mostly because I want to know how long this ship would actually take to actually build in hardcore. So I'm not going too overboard quite yet. Eventually, if we find out that it's very easy to get the materials to make this ship, then we'll make something much bigger. Then we'll go, okay, let's find something like the end-all be-all. This is going to be an end game ship. But yeah, it's kind of an end game ship, but not entirely, to be honest. Here. Something like this, maybe. But it's pretty damn close to endgame. Mostly due to the fact that it's got a fucking artillery piece on the front of it. Mid-endgame, yeah. More of like a mid-endgame. If anything, it would probably be a transition point in between the light transport and this, and then having a large, big ass ship at the end. This. There we go. Okay, put some symbols here. Also, I have to remember to show you guys this this game I'm planning on playing on. I plan on playing on Saturdays. This game is ridiculous. If you're a fan of survival games, you'll probably think this is like an absolute nuts of a game. In fact, you know what? Fuck it. What's it called? Scum. The game is called Scum, and you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do this real quick. I'll show it now. Why not? I'll show you the trailer. Oh, I've heard of it. Yeah. For those of you who have not been who have not seen this game, I'm about to show you chat. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Playing it? Yeah. For those of you who have not seen this game before, let me kind of pause the music here a second so you guys can hear it. This thing is awesome. This is an awesome game. It's crazy.
So, I hear you're serving a life sentence without parole. Seems you were a bit of a badass on the outside. Think you got what it takes to be a badass inside the system? Well, have I got an
Oh, shoot. Not showing it correctly. Never mind. Let me see here. I'm gonna move this. This is the first time I've tried to do this, so give me a second. You haven't seen the trailer? Yeah. Let's see here. Internet. Scum. Okay. Let's see here. See if it will play now. There we go. This is Scum.
I hear you're serving a life sentence without parole. Seems you were a bit of a badass on the outside. Think you got what it takes to be a badass inside the system? Well, have I got an opportunity for you? Here on Tech One's Scum Island, you'll have the chance to explore 144 square kilometers of terrain with a variety of unique environments. We have regular day and night cycles and dynamic weather patterns to keep things interesting. The island has many hidden treasures for you to discover. Remember to stay away from restricted areas. It may be tempting to loot them for supplies, but these areas are heavily guarded and you will be shot on sight. Before you set foot on the island, you're going to have some decisions to make about how you're going to approach your new surroundings. What kind of competitor are you going to be? Strong, stealthy. However you choose to start out, remember that you will grow and mature during the event. Experience is the best trainer that you can have.
That's no joke. All that stuff on the side is actually in the game. It's ridiculous.
Pay attention to your body. Many things will affect your health and performance while you're fighting to survive, sometimes in ways you might not expect. When it comes to your metabolism, remember that everything is connected. This opportunity is going to push you to your limits physically. You'll be running, climbing, swimming, jumping. This isn't going to be easy, and you're going to need food and tools to survive. But you'll have to balance that with how heavy they are and how capable you are. You can't outrun a bear if you're loaded down with equipment.
You've got stamina, you've got endurance, you got strength, you've got...
And you're going to have to learn to use your tools as well.
Oh
your
my
skill
God.
and the environment are going to impact your ability to do everything from firing a sniper rifle to keeping yourself fed. Don't worry though, practice makes perfect, and you'll be getting plenty of practice. If you find you need a tool or item built,
Camo
fear not.
actually
There are
does stuff.
plenty of resources on the island that you can find to craft whatever you might need. You'll also need to hunt for food out there.
When you first play the game,
Pay
it's like
attention to your surroundings.
overwhelming
Focus and scavenge.
how much control
It's
you
the
have.
only way to survive.
Oh, come on.
Survival is only part of what you're doing on the island. The real reason you're going through all this is for the glory of battle. Join events and test your skills against other prisoners. There are a variety of games for you to participate in. The best part is, your exploits and executions will be televised for the
This is
entertainment of
hardcore
the
survival.
masses. Do well, and you'll gain fame, glory, and riches. You'll have fans and followers on the edge of their seats cheering you on as you climb to the top of the ranks. The most famous competitors may even get a bounty on their heads. But if you're badass enough to warrant a bounty, I'd say you're also tough enough to defend yourself. And the fame and riches you'll be acquiring make it well worth the risk.
All the tech stuff you have to find. You can't
I
build it.
sincerely hope this little informational briefing has sold you on the idea of joining our little group. If not, it doesn't really matter. You don't have a choice. We already own you. At the end of the day, it makes things easier on you if you comply voluntarily, but you will comply. Look on the bright side. One way or another, you've already earned your freedom. And there's nothing more important than freedom, prisoner.
Yeah, this game is hard. Hard. Oh, and there's also zombies in the game. Yeah. This is probably the most hardcore survival game I have ever come across. But yeah, that's scum. The game it's got heat, it's got temperature, much like this game, but it goes as far as you're also having to control things like, having to control things like how much protein you're intaking, how much vegetables you're intaking, how much grain you're intaking, the vitamins and minerals that you're intaking. If you have a deficiency, you have to go and find food to take care of that deficiency. Sodium. Still see the second screen? Yeah. Turn that off. Ook, there we go. But yeah, the game is just insane amount of detail. I mean, when I first started playing, I couldn't figure out the controls on how to go to the bathroom. You also have to go to the bathroom. You have a bladder and a colon that you have to manage too. So you have to find a safe place to go to the bathroom in the game. If you don't, you start taking damage. It's nuts. It is absolutely nuts of a game. And I'm probably going to be playing it on Saturday. I've already started playing it on my own just to get myself past the initial stages, but man, it's a hard game. But if you like hardcore survival games, that's the game. That is literally the game. I'm hoping someone mods this game to where this game becomes almost just as hard. I would like to have a modded Empyrion Galactic Survival that kind of not goes to the extreme, but close. Let's see here. Texture. Texture. Probably right here. It's only this. But yeah, currently right now the game is in early access and it is it's only $20. $20 for the most hardcore survival game you will ever come across. At least so far. And the game has no tutorial. There's no tutorial in that game. You are on your own when it comes to that game. You can look for like guides on the community, but still, when you first start playing the game, the game doesn't explain anything to you. You have to figure it out. Oh, not that. There we go. Oh, and how did you die? I didn't use the bathroom. Yeah, I know, crazy, right? I was shaking my head when I was playing it, and I'm like, I can't figure out how to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna die because I can't figure out how to go to the bathroom. Really? Excuse me. Thank you. Oh, right. Music. I turned down the music now. There. Oh yeah. Yeah, that is a game that is just one of those. If you like survival games, it's one of those games that is almost a must-have. I mean, I didn't think there was gonna ever be a game that was harder than The Long Dark, but I found it. The question is, will it survive early access? Because, I mean, there's very few people who actually enjoy games that are that difficult. Not everybody likes, incredibly difficult games like that. But it's one of those games where, if you the game also has multiplayer, single player, or co-op in the game. So you can, try to survive with other friends, or, try to survive against the environment and other people trying to take your stuff. So you get to choose either or. Because I'm quite sure, which is nice that they have that as an option, to where your friends can try to not die together. Which, technically that would make things even more difficult because you've got not only one mouth to feed, but two. There we go. But yeah, if you happen to have the game, you're more than welcome to, co-op with me, and we could try to survive together. Try not to die. You're more than welcome to, because I'm gonna be playing it this Saturday. I'm trying to stay alive. I got as far as getting myself a compound. I got myself a recurved bow and also a hunter's rifle, which I was lucky enough to find. quite sure in multiplayer the game kind of plays a lot like DayZ. I don't know if the game is its community is built a lot like that, but because quite sure a lot of people had their own opinions of DayZ when it was popular. I ain't gonna do any multiplayer until I get a lot better at keep myself alive against well, I will do co-op, but I won't do multiplayer until I get good enough to keep myself alive from the zombies and the giant robots and not dying due to incapability, like a sodium overdose, which currently that's why I'm having problems with, is I'm intaking way too much sodium, mostly because I'm finding a ton of MREs, which is kind of weird, but I'm also having trouble because when it's canned goods like that, their preservatives is salt, and I'm eating a lot of preserved food. Therefore, I'm taking in too much sodium. It's not becoming an issue quite yet in the game, to where I'm losing health, but it could turn into a problem if I die to a sodium overdose. That would suck. Like, how'd you die? Sodium overdose. Oh, great, lovely. But anyway, I wanted to show that to you guys for those who have not played that game. For those who haven't played the game or seen that game and like survival games. If you like survival games, that should be on your list of games to own. Because that's like hardcore survival. Hardcore survival. There we go. Come on, please. There we go. There's not a lot of building in the game. I mean, you could build like campfires and lookout towers, but right now there's no like building of walls and building your own structures and stuff like that, like this game. But I feel like the game is probably in very, very early development. I mean, it didn't come into early access until quite recently. And I had completely forgotten about it until I got a instant message on Twitter saying, until I got a message on Twitter and it's just like, currently in early access. I'm like, wait, what? Which is nice, because it means that should I get burnt out on this game, I have somewhere to go. Which is always my worry, is that, especially when you stream, your biggest worry is that you'll get burnt out on the game that you've been playing and not have a game to go to afterwards. But not too much of a worry anymore. Definitely a game I would definitely be into. Okay, we don't need to completely cover this thing, but enough to where it's shadowed a little bit. Create a separation here. We gotta leave those white so it stands out a little bit more. They would look cool that way. That maybe. There we go. That works. Anyway, I gotta go. No problem. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Here. Just there we go. Areas the land. I could potentially land 2 SVs here. Here. Probably do something like this. Kind of divide it up a little bit so that when I'm landing, it's easier to see from far away. There we go. That. I kind of lined it up just right. How about that? Let's see here. Something like this. Do something like that. And then we'll texture it white. Add a little bit of something different. There we go. That works. That's here. Something on the sides. A little bit. Nah, that's way too much. That's way too much gray. Way too many grates. Do something like that. That'll work. If I don't have time to, I'll probably finish this up off stream so that tomorrow we'll be able to just go straight into hardcore. That way. I'm not just. So we can continue on. Sure. Feel like I want to put something that lights up on the side here. Some sort of a texture of some sort. Just right here. Maybe I'll put this here. I could put this. Something to light it up. Please, someone here. Yeah, let's do that. I'll make it look a little unique. There, right there. Yeah, why not? That looks good. I like it. Kind of lights up a little bit. Trying to find a similar color here. There we go. Make it look like additional engines. Could probably do the gold too. That looks cool. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm okay with that. Let's see here. Make sure everything's going fine. Okay, that's a turret location. Something like that. That's what I do with all the turrets. Yeah. Right here. Probably need to put something different right there. No. Probably have to do something like this for the sake of the sides. Yeah. That's what I'll have to do. Due to the fact that there's angles right there. Yeah, that'll work. Oh. Undo, please. Thank you. Oh, psh. I did it again. There we go. Let's see. Do something like this. And then we'll texture it white. Well, color it white. That's fine. I like it. we'll do that. Just make the sides of this thing a little bit more different than, a little bit different than the top. Mm-hmm. One more. Gonna sell the light up. That works. Let's see. What am I going to put here? Do something like this right here, so it doesn't look so cubed. There we go. That works. There. There. And I'm thinking probably on the sides here, something to light it up a little bit. Yeah, probably like this maybe. Along the sides. See how it looks. Nighttime, please. I like it. It looks cool. All lit up like that. That looks cool. I like it. Okay, let's see here. Let's put something on the bottom here. Probably do something like this. Make it look like it has a heat shield. Any lights on the ship? Eventually, yes. We're gonna put lights on eventually here. We're gonna texture it and then put some lights on. Because we're gonna need it for when this thing is landed so we can see what we're doing. I'm not doing the corners so that it has this repetitive look to it on the side. There. Okay. Probably just gonna do this. Mostly because of that particular block doesn't like to play nice with other blocks. There we go. So we have those little triangles right there. Here, alcove for the hovercrafts, for the harvester, and also for the drill. Something like that, and then probably put something like that right there. And let's see here. Probably like this. Kind of make it look like it's an attach point. Do something like that and that. Something we can line up to. In fact, I'm probably gonna do something like that. Excuse me. There we go. That's one attach point. And we'll put a light there just so we have something to line up to. Oh, sh. Undo. There we go. So this particular area is just big enough to be able to fit our small craft. One right there. Our small hovercraft. Made them just big enough. There. So our mining vehicle, harvester vehicle, all right there. Here, I'm thinking probably maybe like a symbol here. Of some sort, maybe like an up arrow. There. There. Like that's the docking area for it. We'll have to put some. We have to line some lights there so that we can easily see it no matter what plant surface we're on. Sure. Do this. Oh. Not anywhere close, game. Anywhere close. Just gonna get the outer rim of this thing, and then we'll take the turret off at the inside of it and put it back in. Yeah, there we go. Pink. There we go. And that's where the artillery piece will go. There. I'll recolor it. There we go. Okay. Go back into here. I'm anxious to see if this thing will even work. I mean, will this be a doable design? I'll probably put grates on the bomb. This is a hangar, after all. Sure that we didn't accidentally texture anything. Well, it's a duplicate. I don't think it really matters. Yeah, this is a forward hangar for this particular ship or something like it. There we go. Yeah, let's put something up on the walls here. Probably something like this. We'll texture it. Then we'll color it white. Right here. No. This. There we go. Looks good. I can probably use something like this right here. There. It's nice that the doors now line up just right, so we could be out and about in this thing, and then we come back, park down here, and then we can just leave, and then we're now on the Stevie. How often we're going to use that feature, but we'll find out. How often we use that feature, how difficult it is to get on. Let's actually take care of that like right now. Yeah, so we've got the boost on board. Okay, that could be a problem. Yeah, that's probably going to be a problem. Okay, boost does not work. I know why. No, we didn't even put a boost on this thing, did we? We did not. Okay. I put here. I guess I didn't. Okay. being the case. Fix that error right now. I must have taken it off and then forgot to put it back on. So there we go. Let's see how high up this thing is going to allow us to go. And if it's enough to... Oh. Wow. Oh, that sucks. That is just... This thing weighs too much. Can I put more than one of these things on here? How many? Unlock, false. Perform a jump. See if I can... See if putting more of these things on here will improve its jump capability. It's either intensity of the jump or it's or it increases the duration of the jump. We may have to put a ramp on the front of this thing. If this thing can't get high enough, then yeah, we'll have to put a ramp on the front. Waiting for it to recharge and... Okay, it definitely stayed up a lot longer. Yeah. Seeing if I get how many of these things I can add on. Oh, I'm in the wrong screen. There we go. Full of 6. Oh yeah, it increases the duration and the force a little bit. So there's a bit of a multiplier in here. Barrel is our... Yeah, we're probably gonna have to put a ramp on the front. I just need to know if this thing will get high enough. That's the part I need to figure out. Yeah, it's still recharging. Wow, this thing takes a while to recharge now. Having 6 on board. Yeah. Uh-huh. Taking a while. Will the ramp block the turret? No, we're not going to have it go down that far. I'm just going to have the ramp go down far enough, which will allow it to this thing get on board. Perfect. Oh my god, that worked. Okay. That was good. So it went high enough this time. Good. We'll just have to add. We're just gonna have to adapt this thing a little bit more. I have to add additional thrusters onto this thing so that it can back up quicker. Just add these on temporarily. That's enough. Yeah, hover booster, man. Make sure that we can go fast enough. Has improved it a little bit. It's not exactly the most efficient thing, but I kind of did this just to see if it can be done. There's a lot of experimenting on this ship right now. And this is one of the biggest ones. Seeing if I could have a front-loading docking area for something that looks like the front of the ship a little bit. I'll see you later, El Catone. Thank you for coming and hanging out. Here. And oh, just barely. Okay, so yeah, I'm probably gonna have to put a ramp on this thing. I'll just dock this in place. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna dock this. Well, we're gonna have to put a ramp on this thing. We need a ramp. Nothing too terribly big, but enough to where if we need to, we'll have a stable surface to kind of ease our way back up. There. There. And we'll put like a trigger, which will allow us to get on board, off board. So it can be done. It's just a little weird. Oh well. I do like the back end though. The back end looks a lot really cool. I like it. I like the back end. The front end is kind of an experiment. There's a whole bunch of small hovercrafts I gotta make for the inside here, which are gonna be like additional turrets that we can kind of park nearby that will have small miniguns on them. Minigun, like, I'm thinking probably like 3 miniguns, 3 rocket launchers, or 4 miniguns and 2 rocket launchers. That's what I'm thinking. I think I got the outside finished. Outside looked fine. Do something like this, maybe. And we'll put maybe like 2 of these in front. Yeah, let's go with that. Now let's, for the sake of having the outside complete finished, I'll take one of each. We'll spawn in one of each here, and have them have the docking ports, and then we'll dock them into place. Let's see here. So there's our vessel. Minor Mo. On. Cover. Docking port. Cover booster. These we would get to a point where we'd put them on board ourselves. Do that. Hover booster underneath. That's where this would go. Oh, we gotta wait for it to charge. Wish it would charge when we're outside of the vehicle, but it doesn't. We have to be in the vehicle for it to charge. And go. There we go. There we go. Oh, not exactly 100%, but it's close enough. And then the other side, which will just... The other one's going to be a harvesting... Oh, the harvesting mode. There we go. Okay. Ground power. Fill. Okay. And we have to do the same right here. Dink, dink. Underneath. Doesn't have to be underneath, but I'm going to do it anyway. Wait for it to charge. Oh, come on. There we go. At least there's a magnetism to the docking ports. That's good. Okay. So you got both of the resource gathering vehicles there. We have to have a series of these kind of vehicles on the back. But anyway. This. Where is it? Box. Yep. On in. Thing would be right here. We'll do this. Like that. And we can almost put another one back here too. Oh no. For giggles. There. Like that. It's different. Definitely a different type of vehicle. And then this lower hangar will have a whole bunch of small defense hovercrafts. Got a means of making food. Which I should probably take care of right now. Oxygen. Put an oxygen station inside here. Put it right there. Oxygen right here. There. Oxygen area. I need a food and a fridge. Okay, where is it? Processor. There we go. Okay. We need ventilation. Oxygen there, oxygen there. Looks good. Ooh. There. There we go. So we got oxygen on all the major floors. We don't need one down here because, well, this doesn't, that doesn't seal. I could probably put, it's a 7x3. Is there a force field that's a 7x3? 1x3. 5x11. 7x14. 3x9. 3x5. Probably do a 3x. This would require 2, huh? See if do something like this. Okay. And then 2 right here. Two by 1. Right up here. One right there. One right there. Yeah. Oh, okay. Then the entire back is currently force fielded. We'll do that. There. So there'll be oxygen down there now. Okay, let's see here. So we got oxygen, we have storage, we have food. Got power, we got defense. I think that's like the bare minimum what we would need on this thing. Anything more than that is kind of overkill. Yeah, let's see here. The light there. The light there. Gonna put some lights down this way. Yeah. One block. There. Lights, and more lights. See here. Lights on every single nacelle. Need some lights on the bottom here. Lighten the place up a bit. That. 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 Yeah. That's. Yeah. Forward facing. That's. That. Right there, there. There we go. One right there, one right there, one right there, there. Probably put one right here. There we go. Kind of like a landing bay. One right there. One there. Right behind the cockpit. Right here. There we go. There. Put one in the engine room. And by the door. Okay, we need one right here by the couple by the door. There, one right there. And then probably a couple back here. One right there. One right there. One right there. Okay. Check out how lit up it is. Yep, we need some. Make the lights a little bit brighter. Maybe 15? 15's good, yeah. Out just fine. Nice and lit up around the entrances. Good. We need a light. We need it to be lit up right here. I'll let's do this kind of light. I haven't used this kind of light much. There. There we go. That's good. That way it's lights it up a little bit. In fact, I'm probably gonna put yet another light, but it's gonna be a spotlight. And I'm going to change that one. Excuse me. Bed. Oh. Selecting the wrong one. There we go. Spotlight. Range. 20. Intensity. Times 2. In fact, I'm probably going to do red. Or yellow. Let's go yellow. Why not? There we go. Spotlights like that. They're nice and yellow. Do something somewhere back here then. There. There we go. I call that good. I call that a good outside. Go. Guess back to daytime here. Okay, I'll finish up the inside, and tomorrow we're gonna work on back into hardcore and trying to build these things. Get them spawned into the world. Probably the very first thing we're gonna probably be doing is this. Get our base made. This has to be, we need to build it and dig it out. So the biggest project is the hangar, trying to get this completely dug out. And then once we get at least one of each of these underground and tested, you know, test the process of getting these things put in place, then we'll start working on getting this spawned in. Which will, this is the vehicle we're going to be using to get long distance out there. This will get us the estrium and zirconium we need to be able to build that thing. That is our goal. To get this thing finished. And then from there, we'll be going around, flying this thing around and seeing what improvements need to be made to this thing. What changes need to be made? Or do we have to just make a brand new capital ship? I don't know. We'll find out. But anyway, I gotta go off to work. Thank you all for hanging out with me. If you're new here, hit the follow button. Saturday, like I said, Saturday I'm gonna be playing Scum. And try to live long enough to get some of the late game stuff in that game. Because military equipment, which right now I'm at the point of not anywhere close to that. So I've been dying to tons of stuff, which just makes me want to play it even more. So anyway, I'll see y'all there. Have a good day. Stay alive out there. Don't drop your drink. See y'all there. Bye.